Willy Wonka, the
Chocolate
Factory, the
movie,
movie,
starring
starring
Gene
Gene
Wilder,
Wilder, presented in
presented in
Technicolor.
Technicolor. You messed me up.
I know.
Oh shit. Yep.
Well, TikTok was people that was using TikTok was freaking out for the past 12 hours.
I literally had no idea any of that shit
You could have
happened
slept through it.
until it kind of happened and then unhappened. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, I don't want to be on TikTok like that. So
I have a interesting relationship with TikTok. You know, at the end of every podcast, I always post,
yeah,
follow me on TikTok. TikTok has
one of your biggest followers is on
it
TikTok.
is my biggest followers.
Yeah.
Just straight up. I have the largest because right now I also advertise my Instagram. My Instagram sucks. Straight up. My Instagram is shit. I have like 600 followers. That's it. Exactly 600 followers.
Mm.
And so it's the lowest out of all my social media, straight up. All my other social medias is at least 1,000 on everything except for Instagram. It just sucks. But I follow all celebrities, and a lot of celebrities follow me. So that's the good part about Instagram. But when
Mm.
I put videos out, nobody looks at them on Instagram, but they look at them on literally everything else.
Like that's not your platform.
Right. It's just not my platform for some reason. But TikTok, on the flip side, is my platform. It's like my biggest platform to the point where I'm considered a TikTok influencer
Mm.
because of the amount of followers I got.
That's crazy.
I know, because I don't really call myself an influencer. I was like, I'm just an animator that puts stuff out and gets a lot of
You're
gets a lot.
consistent though, so that's what it takes.
Yeah, yeah.
You
But
know.
the good thing for me is that it's steering a little bit away from TikTok. Well, it's still on TikTok, but it's building my YouTube. So for me
Okay.
to, so let me explain it. My original animation. So I have two YouTube channels. My parodies, which is like action figures and doing, other people's properties and stuff. Think of it like Robot Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
For those who haven't looked at my channel, that's basically what I do. I'm basically another version of Robot Chicken, doing parodies with
I
action
can
figures
see
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, when Robot Chicken first came out, I remember my friends telling me, "Hey, they just trying to be like you." My friends literally said that when it first. So that's how
Because
long I've
it
been
it
doing it.
is pretty much like just parodies with like different existing characters, action figure format, but
Right.
it's like a lot of stop motion and a
Yeah.
lot of action figures,
But
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. And that's what built up my channel. Like, and then whenever I put out anything original, I wouldn't get that many views. Anytime it was something original, I would get, like, if I put out a Dragon Ball Z video, I'm getting about a couple of thousand views. I put out something that's completely animated original by me, I'm getting like 80 views. That's just
It's
how it's
weird.
been. Yeah, it's just been like that for years, to the point where I just separated and I had two different channels, because I had the other channel was just original work, and it was like
Because there's Prop
nothing.
Josh parodies.
Right.
Okay.
Parodies is the one that has all the views. The other
Okay.
one, I recently changed the name to Prop Josh Originals, and for the longest time, I had 200 subscribers, and that was it. And then I got on TikTok, and I just started posting on TikTok constantly, and then
Yeah.
out of nowhere, stuff just started going viral, and
It's crazy.
yeah,
And
and so
you said it increased your YouTube?
yeah, because I maybe it's the constant uploading.
Mm-hmm.
Because like once I was putting stuff on TikTok, they were getting a lot of views, and so I was putting the exact same videos on my original YouTube channel, and then they start getting views, and now they're kind of matched with each other. Like
Right.
they both get around 500 to 1,000 views, which is
Oh,
good, which is sometimes better than my parody channel.
okay. Very dope.
Yeah, so that's what it does for me, but I don't really just be on TikTok all day like that. I literally get on there and I upload, I watch a few videos, and then I'm off. That's it. I probably
Yeah,
get on TikTok once a week.
TikTok overwhelms me. Because it's a lot of information. Like it's a lot of images, like, and I'm easily uh overstimulated because I'm always st- stimulated, like looking for stimulation. But like, if I'm overstimulated, I can get overwhelmed real fast. So
Yeah.
TikTok, the way it feeds, makes me anxious. So I don't look at it. Um, every now and then, somebody will send me something that's like a TikTok link, and I'll see it then. But I don't like pull up TikTok and go scrolling. You know what I mean? Like,
See, I think you would have been a great content creator for TikTok because
why you say that?
you'll do like small little quick videos. Like you've done some quick little videos, just real quick. That's like
Hmm.
30 seconds, and I'm like, these are perfect for TikTok. Like you know.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd ever look at it. Like if I did, I would. I don't. I wouldn't. I don't see. I don't look at TikTok for any information or entertainment. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know. Maybe uploading is different. You just put it
Yeah,
out there and
yeah.
you ain't got to look at it.
That's
So,
true. Yeah, I kind of be like that. I'll also do my raunchy puppet show for TikTok.
yeah.
I don't put that. Yeah, it's mostly. I don't even put that on YouTube. That's the one videos I don't put on YouTube at all. I put them strictly on TikTok and Instagram. But Instagram ignores me. They don't like me. Like
Not
who
in
are
the
you?
cool kids club.
Right. So what we talking about this time?
I'm talking about that damn artificial intelligence. What's the chick's name? Alice?
Yeah, the character's name is Alice. The
Subservience?
yeah, Subservience.
Is that a Netflix original or is it? It's
I
just
don't.
on.
It, I don't think it's a Netflix original because it was. It's also on Prime. But I think
Ah,
you have to rent it on Prime though. I think you actually have to rent it, but it's on. It's definitely on Netflix. Uh,
yeah. Y'all were talking about this on the 2024 review.
yeah, I forgot what category we put it under.
I think it was like guilty pleasure or uh, something like that, or like worst horror movies.
Oh yeah, it may have been guilty
One of y'all
pleasure.
had it on the worst list, and then one of y'all had it on guilty pleasure.
It may have been on a guilty pleasure for Jason because I wasn't gonna bring the movie up, but when he did, I was like, all right, I gotta say something about this movie. No, I think Donald brought it up. Donald might have brought it up.
Oh, okay. I mean, I just watched it today. And I started my morning with this movie. And it is definitely a guilty pleasure. It's hilarious.
Yes, it's hilarious for several reasons. I definitely want to get into it.
Entertaining as
It's
hell.
it's a trip. That's why I was like, okay, this one we gotta talk about this one because you text me, I said, yeah, we might have to talk about this one.
Like, I
This is
stopped Squid Game to watch this right here. Yeah.
Let's introduce ourselves. I am Josh, aka Prop Josh, joined by Marcus,
Yep.
aka 730.
7:30. What
Yeah.
up?
So yeah, we gotta talk about this crazy movie. Megan Wannabe, but it's starring
Yeah,
Megan
it's a
Fox.
yeah. They got it appropriately categorized, I guess. It's a sci-fi thriller.
Yeah.
Uh, uh what I immediately appreciated about this movie though was they got right to the fucking point. They got right into it. And they immediately I like movies where, such as like the Pokemon, the Detective Pikachu,
Yeah.
where it's like you're immediately it's immediately understood what world you're in.
Oh, right, right. Yeah,
You know what
you
I
don't
mean?
need no
Everything is
narration or nothing like that.
commonplace.
Yeah.
it's fucking robots out here. Everybody got it's some the commonplace AI droids. Them motherfuckers was everywhere.
All right, so let's talk about AI movies because this reminded me of several different
Several, yeah,
properties,
yeah,
several put together. Um, the obvious one is AI.
yeah, yes. That's mostly, yeah,
I think, and it does feel like so. The movie AI, I feel like was ahead of its time, especially
absolutely. I
now.
love that movie. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's a great movie. It was definitely ahead of its time because now it's almost like it would be modern-ish, you know.
yep, yep. It's
And
one of my favorites.
yeah, a lot of movies. I feel like AI was the is the blueprint for a lot of these movies that came out
Yep.
afterwards. Because Bicentennial Man came out after AI, I believe,
You know, I have
or the other way
never
around.
watched that movie.
It's
Bicentennial Man with Robin
yeah,
Williams.
yeah. Actually, Bicentennial Man came out first because Robin Williams appears in AI, and I think they got
Yeah,
him
as
to
an
be.
animated character.
Yeah, I think they got him to be in there because of Bicentennial Man.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, Bicentennial Man is it's a drama. It's
I mean, I just didn't like how he looked. Like that. Didn't they have like a weird robot version of
yeah,
him?
that's how he starts. He's
Yeah,
the movie is weird because
that made me uncomfortable. So I
well,
just
he
never
doesn't look like
was.
that through the whole movie. He looks like Robin Williams through most of the movie. It's just the first act that he looks like that
Yeah,
because
as a kid, I was like, "Fuck that."
well, the whole plot of that movie is he's trying to be human. He wants to be human real bad. So he's an AI
That's
that wants
just
to be.
like I mean, that's just like AI because it was the whole Pinocchio narrative they had.
Yeah, I think AI is a better version of Bicentennial Man.
Yeah, AI is like it's brilliant. It's a brilliant movie.
Right, right. That's why I say it's the blueprint because you also have iRobot, which is it's decent. It's more action.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's more focused on the action.
Yeah.
Megan, I thought was really good though. Fuck that. Megan was so good, and this
yes.
this is like AI mixed with Megan.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You know, so
There was also this movie. I don't know if you watched this movie or heard this movie. It's this movie called The Creator. It's with John David Washington. You ever heard of it?
nah,
Came out a couple of years ago, and it's about basically humans going to war with AI.
it's crazy.
Yeah, which we have a lot of movies like that. Which Terminator movies are kind of like that, and
Mm-hmm.
Matrix a little bit is a little bit like that. So you got a whole bunch of.
Yeah, Matrix is all that. That's exactly what Matrix is.
You pretty much, I think you have like two types of AI movies. You have and it's one or the other. You either have the we're here to serve you, mankind, or the we want to destroy all of mankind. There's no in between. It's always
Mm-hmm.
one or the other. You
Right.
notice
There's
that?
never a gray area
And
except for in AI. In
really,
the
I thought
Steven
AI
Spielberg AI, I feel like they was like,
it was both.
yeah.
I felt
I feel like you. I feel like in AI you had um that movie. The AI droids and everything were other than that weird uh theme park where they were killing them and lynching them and stuff.
yeah,
In the other areas, they seem to blend pretty well with humanity.
yeah.
And then, they were hunting them down otherwise, but taking them to that circus.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm about to watch that movie again.
Man, that was a good ass movie. I yeah.
So there's this video game that is pretty good that Andy played, and I watched her play it, called Detroit Becoming Human. And the
Detroit
plot,
becoming human.
yes, and the plot of it is that you can. It's a weird game. It's like you're basically it's one of those scenario games where you're playing the plot basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can go this way or go that way, and that kind of thing, where you're not necessarily fighting or nothing like that. It's more like
Mm-hmm.
choose your words kind of adventure type of thing. And it's about AI robots, and they're living with people, and it's basically people kind of treat them badly.
Yeah.
And so you're usually, and there's like three different scenarios where you're playing a robot. You're playing it's so weird, and it's, you got the real
Like
actors.
you're playing as the robot
Yeah,
in
yeah,
certain scenarios.
in three different scenarios too.
Okay.
And it's like one of them is like this woman is trying to help this girl escape her abusive father. Another one is this guy. He's a cop with he's an AI robot working with this cop, trying to find out about a murder. And this other one is like this robot is starting a revolution kind
This
of
is on
thing
a
because they treat.
console. This on the PlayStation.
Yeah,
What game is it?
it's called Detroit Becoming Human.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was like, I was paying a lot of attention to it. I didn't play it. I just watched Andy play it, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this is pretty good. And like a really good storyline. Like all three storylines were pretty interested.
Yeah. Sound kind of dark.
It is. So yeah, so all these AI movies, they seem to have a similar theme, in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
this, slight future, kind of a dark type
Yeah.
future and stuff. Um, but I felt like I said, it's either one or the other. They're either evil, trying to kill everybody, like Ultron, or the
Yeah.
Terminator, or well, Matrix ain't trying to kill them. They just trying to, I don't know, just trying to do with them. And then you have, they're like, I'm your friend, you're my friend, robot. And except for this movie, I feel like this movie tried to do both.
It tried to flip it and be. So let's get into this. Let's.
All right.
So the dude, Nick is. I would say Nick is the main character of this movie,
Yes, it's about
right?
Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a wife and two kids.
Yeah. Maggie
Yeah, Maggie's his wife,
and then
and
he has a daughter that's like, what's she like, about 4 or 5?
no, she's older than that. I think she's
Or
like 8 or something. She's a full kid.
eh,
Um, yeah, I'll
but
say 7 or 8.
but then she and then they have like a newborn, like a newbornish kind of baby.
Yeah, like a maybe 6 month, 1 year old.
Yeah, yeah,
Max. I
yeah,
think that's the baby's name is Max.
yeah.
Okay, and the movie starts off. We gotta talk about how this movie starts off, because it starts off with a happy family, right? Like any movie would, which something bad's gonna happen
Except
when you
it's
show.
happy for like 2 minutes.
Right.
Like,
And Maggie's like, she's all smiling with her husband, and suddenly she's having problems, and it's like, oh no, Maggie,
mhm.
Maggie,
She
honey.
like
And then,
grabs her chest, and
right,
then
yeah, yeah. So then some time go by, and then you see that uh Max, not Max, that's the baby. Nick is by himself with the kids.
right,
And
he's
I'm
out and
so
about, and he's like shopping.
so my automatic thought, and this is everybody's thought, and I don't want to give away what happens, is, well, okay, well, the wife died. Now he's a single parent, taking
Right,
care of these kids by himself. Poor guy. So
right,
that is your first initial thought.
right.
And then they're shopping at this like robot store.
Yeah, it's so commonplace. They're like at a robot store. It's like, oh, I like, and they're looking at like these Alfred looking robots, like, older white uh butler type looking.
Yeah, and this is where it reminds me of AI, because they had this. They could have been in the same world as AI,
Oh, absolutely.
because the robots, because like, which makes it different from iRobot, because iRobot they still like robots, but in AI they look like people.
Very
So in this,
humanoid, yeah.
yeah, so they're very humanoid, which is similar to today. That's what we have now.
Janelle Monae been on this. Janelle Monae's first 2 albums were based on this whole world we talking about.
Really?
Man, yeah, like back in the day, way back in the day, like yeah, I'm sure she had some influence on Heaven's Computer at that time. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like she when that first Android came out, her first EP, um, that world that she painted, that sound or whatever, it inspired me. You remember I was all depressed and stuff at that time.
Yeah.
And that's what really inspired me to get back in the studio. Was that and it was this kind of world that we talking about because in her videos at that time it was like people were going robot shopping. Outkast was in the video, and like yeah,
Oh wow.
and they were like $1 billion and stuff, but everybody was rich and buying robots and shit. So I'm like, how much money do these people have to just take their kids to robot
I
shop?
know, and then and I'm glad you brought that up because nowadays robots are expensive. If
Yeah,
you want I mean, we live in a world now where you can buy a robot.
even
So,
even for a basic uh humanoid robot, you got to be rich to get one.
right, because they
Right?
still have
What,
the
don't you got to be rich to
yeah,
get one?
yeah, because you still have the robotic looking robot. Because my sister Siobhan bought a robot, but it was like I don't know how much it was. It wasn't as expensive as humanoid robots. Humanoid robots, you getting in the thousands with those.
How big is the robot?
Her robot is like maybe up to your waist, that type of thing.
It's like got like skin.
No, no, it's a robot looking robot, like on Lost in Space kind of robot kind of thing.
Oh, what does it do?
It just like it just like it's remote control, I think, and like it says certain things, certain phrases. Um,
Does it
just
learn stuff?
I think it does because she's obsessed with robots herself. So is her granddaughter and stuff. So it's like I said, but it was expensive. It's not cheap. I think it was like I think it was like a few $100s. That kind of
Okay.
thing but it's not humanoid. The
Right.
humanoid robots are more, they are
Yeah,
expensive,
these
but
people be paying high dollar for these sex bots.
yeah, they do. Because right now, humanoid robots in our world are strictly for.
Cause why else would you need a humanoid looking robot in 2025?
Yeah, strictly sex bots.
You want to look human? We know what you're doing.
But that's not the case in AI or this movie. They just want a humanoid looking.
Yeah, it's just commonplace for the technology to already be so advanced that that shit just look. If nobody told you, you would know other than how they act. You could
Right,
tell how they act. They purposely programmed. They made sure to say this that they purposely programmed these AI to not be to mimic human behavior, but to be obviously like not human. You see what I mean?
right.
Like they kept mentioning that because it comes up, it becomes important.
What's
Uh,
the slur name they gave for these robots? I forgot. They had a slur name for them in the movie.
um,
These.
I don't know. It was Sparks.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Oh,
They
that's a
called them
spark.
Sparks. Yeah,
Yeah. There's another
I don't know what
spark
that
somewhere.
means.
Well, because spark like they spark up like they're
Like
electronic.
electric.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I
yeah,
figured. But yeah, they find. So he's with his daughter, and his daughter runs off and meets this unnamed robot that looks like that's played by Megan Fox,
yeah,
and she likes it, and she's like, "Dad, can we keep her? Can we take her?" And he's like, "Sure," because because it's so easy to buy a robot.
right. Yeah,
Because everybody has one apparently, and they take her home like that day.
yeah,
That's why I was like, "How much are these?" They act like
yeah.
they're a PlayStation.
Like they was at Toys R Us or something.
They must be the cost. Because I was like, wouldn't they be the cost of a car and not a PlayStation? That's what it feels
Well,
like.
in today's world, yeah. In their world, who knows? Or
And
maybe
then,
I think it's both. I think they're more commonplace in this world, but I also think that the characters surrounding the story, the characters got some fucking money though.
I don't know, because when you see what the guy does for a living,
Oh yeah, that's right. Isn't he like
he
a
don't got. He's a construction worker.
yeah,
I
who's
mean,
soon to be replaced by a whole bunch of robots.
right.
Yeah.
That's what he finds out at work.
Yeah.
But lucky for him, he's a manager, so he
Yeah.
don't have to be laid off. But the other guys are
Are getting
possibly,
laid off, including like
yeah,
some of his real close buddies or whatever.
right. So, yeah, the
Yeah. So
daughter
maybe they don't. Maybe they don't have money. Maybe the robot is just a cost of a
of a
bicycle
cell
or
phone,
something.
apparently, because
Yeah.
everybody has a cell phone. Maybe that's what
Right.
it is.
Yeah. Like a that's crazy.
So yeah, the daughter Isla,
Yeah.
that's her name,
Isla.
Isla. Yeah, she grows. She has a strong liking to the robot and names the
Mm-hmm.
robot Alice
Yep.
after Alice in Wonderland.
Mm-hmm. Her
And
favorite book.
right, yeah, and it's like because Nick is looking at this like, well, that'll be a good replacement for her mom since her mom isn't around anymore.
Right.
I gotta hurry up and get to the part. All right, so I would just straight up say this because it's like in the first 15 minutes of the movie, and they getting Alice there and getting used to her, and Nick is kind of looking at her like, damn, she fine, but he's trying to be cool, and she's all like, I mean, she's sexy as hell. She's Megan Fox,
That's the sexiest robot anybody
right?
could have brought.
Exactly, and I'm like, to the point where I'm like, if this was me.
I would not engage
then,
with the robot.
but the first biggest twist in this movie that got me, I was like, and it just changed the character of Nick for me, is when they go to the fucking hospital to visit his wife. I was like, wait a minute, she's still alive.
I mean, she was like not only alive, but like alert, talking. Like, oh my god! Like, yeah.
So I was like, how stupid is this guy?
Didn't they bring her to the hospital?
Yes, they brought Alice to the hospital.
Yeah, like and she's like, who the fuck is that?
Right, because
like,
she didn't even know. The wife
right.
didn't even know.
She had no idea. He even
She's like,
bought
"What's
a
this?"
robot.
Right.
Nonetheless, a
he
Megan
didn't run
Fox
it by her.
robot.
Right, a Megan Fox lookalike robot. And it's like, okay.
A Megan Fox robot dressed like a maid.
I'm pretty sure if this was happening to Marcus and Tori was in the hospital and Marcus showed up at the hospital,
Tori would suddenly had a strength to kill me.
Like, Mark, why'd you buy this Megan Fox robot? Like, how stupid are you?
You know I'm still alive, asshole. Oh my god.
Because my whole time I was thinking before they got to that point, I was like, man, this robot is sexy.
I would have bought the clunkiest robot. That robot would have been leaking oil. Sparks. made out of metal, sharp objects.
Man.
Oh shit.
Man. Yeah.
My robot would look like Bender or something.
Right. me get a different robot. Like, especially the little girls like, I want this one. No, no, I can't get this robot.
No,
No,
no.
give me.
Hell no, we can't have that damn robot. But I love it, Daddy. Shut up.
No. Hell no. Your mama in the hospital. Your mama ain't dead. I would be dead if I brought this robot.
Take this one that look like what's that, Short Circuit?
Right, yeah. Let me get that C3PO looking one.
I know. Give me that one, please.
Not the sexy Megan Fox one.
And no need for that damn robot to look like that.
Right. It's like, oh, come on. She should have divorced him
as soon as she walked in, as soon as they brought their robot home and they met that robot, it was like, he's gonna fuck that robot. He brings that robot home. It's obvious.
So obvious.
He's gonna fuck that robot.
Right. It's like so obvious. It's like everyone in the world. It's like everyone in the world knew this was gonna happen, but him. Like, come on, man.
And he just keeps looking at her. And he was always like, "Go."
He put like himself in that situation.
Remember Goofy go? Every time he looked at her. Oh shit.
Because he was trying to avoid her and stuff, and I'm like, dude, you brought her home.
Right.
You knew what you were
in
doing.
Your house now.
It's like you hired a hooker and be like, well, I just want you to do the dishes. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on. You ain't for nobody.
It's like if Andy was like make a good robot.
Oh my gosh. Dad, we brought home this making good robot. I haven't seen her in days. She's still in my room.
You would definitely fuck that robot.
That robot would be in a wheelchair.
Oh shit.
So yeah, Nick is not smart. That's what I got from it.
Yeah, Nick dumb as hell. Nick dumber than everybody in the universe.
Yeah, because I was like, there's no way he shouldn't have got that robot, but
he
got
should
it.
have stuck with the old man Alfred robot.
Right. Like, just get the old man one. Like, what's your problem?
Like, no, you don't need that robot. That robot too expensive. But that is half the price of the old man robot. It don't matter. We're gonna get the old man. I know what I said.
Oh man. So yeah, Nick's wife, she's at the hospital because she needs a new heart. Yep. That's what's happening.
Yep.
So that's the whole thing.
Yeah. That's the underlying stakes of the whole movie, really.
Yeah, and that's why this movie reminded me of AI, because they got Haley Joel Osment, and but their son was like in a coma or something. That's what
he was in a deep coma. Yeah.
So that made.
But
more
the mom
sense.
wanted something to like nurture and like
Yeah, that made
like
more sense to me, because it's like, well, he's in a coma, and she's like, they don't know if he'll wake up, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like she, and
then he ended up waking up by surprise.
Right.
And they brought him home, and then there was conflict.
Right. And they end up getting rid of Haley Joel Osment. Mm-hmm. It's like, we can't keep him.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the case with Nick.
Cause I'm gonna tell you, cause it fucking AI, they left that boy out in the wood. That was a tough scene.
Yes,
they had to leave him in the wood. He was like, no, he was trying to cling to her like a child, like
right. He was like, crying and everything.
Yeah, it was terrible. And
right,
she left him in the woods. Like, you can't do this grown woman just. Take her back.
return her to the store.
Right. What's the return policy on this thing?
Well, after you fuck it, you can't return it.
Well, this even before he fucked it.
I know.
Because he ended up. She came on to him at one point.
So it was a lot of scenes between the two because she like had.
Right.
So she had cut herself at one point, and that's when he saw her in her underwear. She was repairing herself.
Yeah.
That was that
which
part.
was like an instant repair.
Yeah, which was before we found out about the wife. And then another part was he was watching Casablanca or something like that. And she had
that's
remembered.
when he overrode. That's when he overrode her.
Yeah, exactly. Because that part is important because he told her to forget it, and she told him to reboot her or something like that.
Yeah, because she was being very technical. He was like, "Have you ever seen Casablanca?" She was like, "Oh, this movie is about blah 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 blah." It was basically the AI Google search answer that you would get if you looked up "what's Casablanca." You know what I mean? And she was just regurgitating that information. He was like, "No, like, have you watched this movie?" She's like, "What's the difference?" And he's like, "It's a movie. It's like the whole experience of like going through the motion and the emotions of a movie, like watching the plot go, like you don't know what's gonna happen." She's like, "I already know what happened. I can look it up." You know what I'm saying? And I think that was like some of that was probably like a message to like younger generations or whatever. It's like, yeah, we are in a world where you could just look some shit up like on the fly like this, or you could ask AI anything, but there's still something different about sitting down and enjoying a movie or writing something with your hand, or
Yeah, and plus it was also kind of showing that he needed companionship.
Yeah. He
He wanted
needed
someone to watch the movie with him since his wife is in a hospital.
to experience it with him, right?
Yeah, but
and then that's when you overrode her. Is that after she bonded with the daughter too?
Yes.
She showed her daughter, because her daughter was like, "How come you don't brush your teeth?" or something like that.
Oh, something like that. Yeah.
Was that after that?
I'm not sure. You watched it more recently than I did.
I think it was. It may have been after this scene we talking about.
But I know she rebooted, and then she also mentions that she belongs to Nick, like he's the primary user.
The primary user, because she asked in the beginning when she first came and met him. She was like, "Is there anybody else that needs primary user access?"
Oh, I didn't catch that part.
No.
Once another,
he said, "I guess not," because his wife was in the hospital. I'd have been like, "Yeah, my wife, she's in the hospital. You'll meet her later." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's so simple to say.
He was just like, "Well, I guess not." And then all of a sudden, it was just like on AI. You remember when he bonded with the mom when she read those words to him? That she was the primary user.
Oh, okay.
Primary, it was basically the same connection.
Right.
Or like on Megan, the little girl, you know what I'm saying, was basically
she was the primary user. Yeah, instead
Megan.
of was she?
I think so. She was like the primary.
The aunt was.
Yeah, but Megan, the girl was her primary
yeah, she was there for the
protection.
Little girl, but
her primary
but the aunt was the creator. That's what it was. So
yeah. Or shit, even the new Chucky was like that.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it was. Yeah. Chucky
so
was like that.
The similar concepts.
Chucky. Right. So we've seen this story a lot.
Yep. And so he overrode her primary programming. She was like, "Do you want me to forget?" She was like, and then it was a button on the back of her neck that he had to press for 7 seconds. And then when she came to, it was almost like a hard reset.
Yeah, to the point where she could override a lot of restrictions.
Her own restrictions within herself.
Yeah. Because a lot of the robots have restrictions, which is a common thing in a lot of these movies too.
They can't say certain things, right?
Right. They can't harm humans no matter what. Because that was the biggest. That was the biggest thing in iRobot. It's like they are not allowed to harm humans, and to say and they look at the percentage of which human life is better or whatever, because that was Will Smith's problem in the movie. He hated robots because a robot chose to save him over a little girl, because
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith had the higher percentage higher percentage of surviving. But then the creator in that movie, he allowed some yes, it was weird. It was weird. But yeah, basically robots are not allowed to harm humans, and that's a normal thing in most of these AI movies. They're not allowed to
Mm-hmm.
do that.
Yeah.
So, but it got overwritten for Alice now that she
Mm-hmm.
rebooted. So she can, and she's learning to. She also learned. I think she even talked to the little girl or somebody. No, I know what it was. So when she talks to the mother 101, Maggie, and she says, "Protect them no matter what," kind of thing. Or and
About the
so
kids.
yeah, and the husband, I think, because she
Okay.
said like so because I remember Alice being like, so no matter what, I have to make sure do what's best for them, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of messed with her programming as well. Like
What you
even if
mean
it
mess with
hurts
her
them,
programming? How like?
like even if it
Oh, oh, oh! I know what you talking about. You talking about? Yeah, 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 yeah. You talking about? All right. So the conversation, she was like, "Don't let Nick drink.
right,
His liquor is in the garage. That's where he keep his liquor at. But don't let him drink too much because he's destructive when he drink." And she was like, "Well, you know, I hear what you're saying, but Nick is my primary user, so I can't really take an order from you." She was like, "Look, no, like Nick, if she was like Nick, my primary user." I said, "Yeah," and the Maggie was like, "Wait, is it Maggie?"
yeah,
Yeah, Maggie was like, "Don't." Maggie was like, "If you want to protect your primary user, if you want to protect Nick, he has to be able to protect the family. If you want to protect Nick, sometimes you have to do things that people don't like in order to protect them,
mm,
like not letting him drink and be destructive when he feeling depressed." You see what I mean?
right, yeah,
And that's what you talking about, where like that kind of that sank in her head when she said that.
right,
Yeah, yeah, I
yeah.
saw that too. Yeah.
Because that made me think about Ultron a little bit, where Ultron's whole thing was destroy humans to save the Earth, kind of thing. You
Mm-hmm.
remember?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was like, it's always the ultimate programming. I like how all these robot movies always sum up
Ultimate
that
reasoning. It's always some
it's always
ultimate reasoning.
the ultimate reason is humans are bad. Destroy all humans.
Yep.
I wonder if an AI would write the script and say that'd be scary if an AI wrote the script. Oh, the humans should be all destroyed.
Terrible. Terrible thought. But
So
yeah, then she is that did she hit on him yet?
no,
Because I think it
so
was after. Yeah, okay. Okay.
yeah, so what happened was the stuff that led up to it was Nick was stressed out because all his friends got fired.
Yep.
They found out that he still worked there, and
Yep.
then they
And
went and
they're pissed at
destroyed.
him
Yeah, they used his code to break in and destroy all those robots that were there.
that replaced him. Yeah.
Right. Which they tried to make you. So this movie wanted two things at once. They wanted like a kind of an evil robot, and for you to feel bad for robots at the same time.
Right.
And it's like it's kind of hard to
They
feel
didn't have
bad.
enough time to really build that because, well, in I can't even say there was an evil robot.
No, I don't think there was. I felt bad
It
for
was
some of the
more on the
robots.
side of feeling bad for the robots
Right.
on AI.
Yeah.
But you can't try to do both. It's like, I don't know, maybe with more time or something
I think with more
they could
time and different
have.
characters and stuff,
Right.
because the scene made you kind of feel bad for the robots because they was just doing their job, like "Hi, sir," and then they just start destroying them. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't feel bad because I was like, well, they're just tools. They're
Mm-hmm.
not people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, when they got destroyed, I didn't feel bad for them. I wasn't
Right.
sad, but it was like,
But the difference is like in AI, I felt bad
right,
for Haley
right,
Joe Osment,
right,
you know?
right.
So that was a difference right there.
Yep.
And they was already kind of showing Alice as soulless. Alice didn't feel like she had a soul.
Oh yeah, yeah. Alice is she's cold, but she's warm at the same time. She's cold. She's cold because she's a robot, but she she is appealing as if she's warm. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
similar
Like
to
she can
Megan.
mimic warm. Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. Like
that's
Megan.
how
Yeah.
Megan was. Yeah,
Yep. And
and
it's funny
so
because I think Megan Fox already act like I think she was just being herself in this movie. But it fit, it worked
yeah,
for
it
this
did.
character.
It definitely did.
I
Like,
think
hey,
she's playing Alice in every movie.
it just worked for this one.
Yeah.
So the other thing they had, so the main thing that got Nick stressed out after that, because of course he was threatened to be fired, because that's why I said Nick is stupid. He was
Well,
like,
it got out that they used his code to get
right,
into that building and
which was his
destroy them
daughter's
robots.
birthday. Yeah, because he didn't tell them, but he didn't deny it either. He was just kind of like, guys, hey guys,
Hmm.
we shouldn't do this. He's all riding up there with them. Hey guys, come on,
Yeah.
guys.
Hey, come
Hey,
on,
hey,
my
stop.
code. Oh,
Oh,
oh, come on, my
oh, come
code, guys.
on.
Really?
Oh, not the crowbar, guys. Come on, guys. Come on.
Oh, you're just gonna hit him like that? Oh,
Nick is so stupid. I
yeah,
don't feel bad for Nick that much in this movie because he does a
yeah,
lot of stupid decisions.
yeah. And he's the protagonist of this movie.
Right.
Let's not forget that. Yeah.
um, and so yeah, the boss finds out. It's like they used your code. It's like, how would they not know they used his code? Like, come on. He's like, well, I don't know. So I think
Yep.
I don't. They kind of skipped the scene a little bit, but I think he hinted it was his friend because the friend got in trouble.
Yeah, yeah. The friend got in trouble, and the friend was mad at him and came by his house.
Yeah, but that was later.
Okay,
That was
okay.
later. All right, so
I'm getting my
we'll get to
timeline
that.
mixed up.
Yeah, yeah. So let's get to the part where the hospital. All right, they were supposed to get a new heart to Maggie,
To do a
but like,
transplant for her, yeah.
yeah, but there was like a snowstorm.
That slowed down the delivery of the heart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so he's stressed out, like she might not make it or whatever.
yeah.
Like he's
And
freaking
they're
out,
having
and
those conversations like, if I don't make it out of here kind of conversations.
right. So
Yeah.
Alice, when they're at home, approaches Nick. Is like, well, I can relieve your stress. Oh wait, I forgot there was a scene before that where he lusted after Alice.
When did he lust after Alice?
It was sometime after he saw her in underwear or something, or maybe she was hitting on him or something. Because I thought they actually had sex, but it turns out it was a vision. Do you remember that part?
No, I must have didn't even see that part.
No, it was a part because he only had sex with her once, but there was two scenes where it looked like he had sex with her, and it was the first scene, and it's because I thought he had sex with her. And I was like, oh no, he was imagining it. He was like thinking about it. He's like, I
You
should
talking
do.
about when they was in the barn
Yeah,
and she was like touching him?
yeah,
That was a dream?
yes.
Oh, I thought that really happened.
Me too. Exactly.
Oh,
They
I see. I see. That's what I'm all right, so that's what I'm talking about. So wait, describe to the people what happened on that part.
man, I barely remember it, but I remember he was like she was like hitting on him or something like that. Didn't
He
he
was in
like
the garage. He was in the garage working on the car, and then she came in there and was hitting on him, and the music was playing, and I was like, he better fuck that robot in this part. Like he's probably gonna fuck that robot.
right,
And then I'm like, this is a whole setup for them to start fucking in this scene.
right,
And then like she's like coming on to him and talk about I can relieve your stress. I'm like, oh my god, this robot needs to be destroyed.
But this is before we found out that Maggie was still alive, because that scene
All
happened
this was
before.
before that,
Yes, that's why I said it was
where
such a
she
big
was touching him
surprise.
and reaching down his pants and stuff.
Yes, yes, because when they finally showed Maggie, I was like, oh.
So, all right, so right after that was the scene where the girl was brushing her teeth and
Alice.
Alice was watching her brush her teeth. She's like, "How come you don't never brush your teeth?" She's like, "Cause I have a UV light that destroys all bacteria."
Oh
See, and
right,
then she
yeah.
did that. I'm like, "Yeah, he's gonna fuck that robot."
She yeah, for the listeners, she opens her mouth and like a UV light comes out.
Yeah, he's gonna fuck that robot.
So the so when Nick is stressed out about Maggie's heart might not get there in time, that's when Alice approaches him and was like, "I can relieve your stress. You see, your blood pressure seems to be higher up and stuff, and I could calm you down." And he's like, "Okay." And he fucks the robot.
Yeah. So, well, it's more complicated. It's not a lot more complicated than that, but he's like, "No, I can't fuck this robot." And then she's like, "I bet you can if I blindfold you." So she blindfolded him, and then she could
Oh,
turn
that's
her
right.
voice to
To
Maggie's
Maggie.
voice.
Yes.
And so she got on top of him and changed her voice into Maggie's
he's
voice while he was
imagining
blindfolded.
himself
So
having
he's a
yeah,
right,
so in
right.
his mind he's having sex with Maggie.
In his mind, he know he fucking that robot, but to justify it,
Right, he's just trying to justify it.
He's
That's
like,
exactly what he's trying to
no,
do.
it's Maggie, it's Maggie, it's Maggie, it's Maggie.
But when they zoom out, it's Megan Fox on the top of his ass.
and they show it too.
And that blindfold.
Oh my god. Josh is not married. Josh definitely would have fucked that robot.
Yes, yeah. There's a different version of me. The married version of me is different. So married version of me like, nope, never bringing this robot home. A single version of me, she wouldn't even got into the house. Good.
Hey, can I buy this robot? Thank you.
Yeah, I need one of them robots. That one.
Thank you very much. I'll take the Megan Fox robot. Thank you very much. Oh shit.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
funny as hell. I mean, what a shitty company. Like we got all these Benson looking robots. We got this Alfred looking ass robot over here, right. And we got this Megan Fox robot. Like,
just so she can be a maid and clean and cook. Like that's right. It. That's all this Megan Fox. Are you serious? That's all this Megan Fox. In a short
skirt. Like, get out of here.
Y'all know what y'all were doing. So, anywho, I forgot what happens with the heart situation. Like,
so they ended up being able to get one, and it worked out. And dude was happy about that. Like, she came home, and they was excited. He was all getting all sexually excited about her coming home. Was like, yeah, I can't wait to test that new heart. She like, calm down.
Oh, that's right. Like, yeah. But that scene, the surgery scene was kind of freaky looking though. When she was doing when it was operating
when they
on
were
her.
Doing the operation,
yeah, because it was all robots working on her, no humans.
Oh, and, yeah, it was. Yep.
Their mouths, they didn't have no mouths. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so they didn't have to wear the masks and stuff.
Yeah, they don't have. Yeah,
That's
exactly. They
right.
don't need face masks, but they're robots. They're not breathing. But,
Yeah,
but still,
yeah,
they had like no mouths, and they're just like they could just Wi-Fi linked to each other, I guess, where they
that's
just knew
crazy.
what to do. Yeah, it was a
They
weird
all knew
scene.
how to work in unison.
Yeah, it was. It made me nervous though. I was like, I would be nervous. There's a bunch of robots working on me, replacing my heart. Like that sounds weird.
Right, y'all could either do this with extreme accuracy or I don't know, mess it up.
Right.
But that's that world, or this world, or whatever.
so, so this when Nick's friend come over. This is before Maggie comes home, right? Maggie doesn't come home yet.
uh, it feels like she comes home pretty immediately
Yeah.
because he had sex with the robot. They got Maggie a new heart, and yeah, she came home right after that.
Oh, okay. Because Nick's friend comes over and
Yeah,
he
all
finds
loud.
right, like yeah. He tries to play like he's friends with him, but he's
Yeah.
finds out that he feels like Nick snitched on him.
And that's
Cause
really why he came over, was to confront Nick.
right, because I think he got arrested or something.
Yeah, well, he got like fired from his job and
Well, he
like,
was already fired.
oh yeah,
Um,
he must have gotten arrested then,
yeah, that's probably what it
or a
was.
lawsuit. There's a lawsuit or something
Something like that.
against him.
Yeah, because then he fights Nick,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
that's
Megan, I mean, Alice,
Alice.
comes out and superhero punches that motherfucker across the yard in one
Yeah, yeah.
punch. That shit was over.
Yeah, and that's when Nick's friend find out that Nick has a robot. Like, you got one, no wonder. You like them sparks.
Mm-hmm. You had sex with it, didn't you?
so so this was crazy, a crazy scene. So later Alice goes over to Nick's friend's place and basically gonna finish the job.
Mm-hmm.
And because she's like,
Yeah, she's
I'm
in
gonna
full
kill him.
assassin mode. Like, yeah, I'm gonna
Right.
kill
Like
him.
I'm gonna kill him because he caused my user to be upset. So that's it, by my
He caused
calculations, it's
bodily harm to my primary user.
right, exactly. So yeah, she's there to kill him, and then by surprise, the friend who hates robots himself has his own robot there. But
Yep.
she's like real messed up. So I'm thinking he beats his robot. That's what they made it look like. Because I think Alice kind of notices that, like, why do you defend him? And she's like, well, he's my primary user. I have to defend him no matter what.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But Alice kills that robot and then kills Nick's friend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a skilled marksman as well.
So then and that's just that's the start of the spiral for Alice. Like she's just gonna get worse and
And
worse.
this movie.
Oh yeah, that movie takes a turn.
Yeah.
So
Because I was kind of enjoying the movie up until I think this
it had to be
part.
till Act 3.
Yeah, Act 3, I was like, I think I texted y'all like, Act 3, this whole thing falls apart on Act 3. That's
And
when they start trying to do too much.
yeah, it's different now. It's like we're trying to I don't know. It's weird. It's like now they're trying to match with Megan,
Yeah.
in my opinion, and it's not
Yeah, now
working for them.
suddenly she's a hardcore serial killer after them. Like,
Yeah, and it's stupid. It's real stupid because I was like, this
because she
yeah,
suddenly gets jealous of Maggie because
yeah.
he
So
sees that she sees that Nick actually loves Maggie.
right, but she does reveal to Maggie that she satisfied Nick. It's like
Yeah,
you
yeah. She
quite
was like, yeah, Nick Hart does a lot better when he's well,
when
first
he's
the conversation,
satisfied.
yeah, yeah, the first conversation was like she was in the bathtub and she was helping her, and this isn't this after, is this after she fell? You remember when the
Oh
banister
yeah,
broke?
yeah, yeah. I think
They
it is
have a
after she
broken
fell.
banister
Yeah,
in the house,
yes,
and
that's right.
Maggie was on her way down to try to help the daughter. Daughter was screaming like something was happening to her. And
Right,
then she
yeah,
went downstairs and the banister broke and she fell. This is the lady who just had the heart transplant. If you've ever known anybody who's recently had a heart transplant, they are extremely fragile.
yeah,
Uh, and I'm like, oh, like that, like she fell like halfway down the stairs off of that. I'm like, that is not good for her. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Then so she was laid up, and then suddenly she's better from that. And then like she was in the tub, but you could tell, certain activity for her is still strenuous. And that's when Alice came up in there and was like, yeah, you know, with your condition, like, I know you won't be able to like meet Nick's physical needs. And she was like, the fuck you mean by that? She's like, well, I mean, you won't really be able to satisfy Nick like he really needs. Nick's blood pressure and his mood and everything is a lot more healthy when he's satisfied. And she was like, how the fuck you know when he's satisfied? Like, and then she was like, did you fuck my husband? And then she just looked at her. She was like,
she's
go to
like,
the garage.
she's like, I look like Megan Fox. What do you think he did with me?
She's like, did you fuck my husband? Because what was crazy was that he didn't. I mean, yeah, he fucked that robot, but the robot fucked him. Like the robot initiated the sex,
Right.
which is
It's a,
crazy that idea that a robot would initiate sex with a human.
yeah. And it gets so that whole thing is complicated to me because of course she confronts Nick and she's pissed, and he's like, "Well, I didn't mean to. I was thinking of you," and all that excuses.
Yeah,
So, but of course he's also like, "It's a robot," because that's what I thought about. I said, "Well, yeah, she's not a person; it's a machine."
yeah.
Because he said something about like, what's the
He was
difference
like,
between her and a vibrator? But because then Maggie was like, a vibrator doesn't talk.
right. Vibrator doesn't talk and breathe and look like Megan Fox.
Because that's a complicated thing. Because it's like,
Yeah, it's a robot, but uh,
so you remember that sex robots documentary you
documentary.
watch? Yeah,
Yeah,
where this
I thought
dude, all right, we
about
got to.
this. Yeah, this dude, he spends a lot of his money on these robots, man. That
Yes,
old
this is
dude.
old man. Yes, this old man. He would buy sex bots and have sex with them, and he was married. His wife was all right there. Yeah,
Yep.
he just likes his sex
Yeah, he
bots.
just like to fuck his sex bot, and he'll have them all lined up across the bed,
I know.
like five of them. Like, ugh. Yeah, I just like
And she's
to.
a,
Do you like his sex bots, man? I mean, it's not really my thing, but I mean, he seemed to like it.
she's just completely okay with it, or at least for the cameras. You can tell it bothers her a little bit. I mean, that's why I say it's complicated. That's a complicated
Especially
thing.
if he's fucking them constantly. It's weird.
That is weird. It's a whole weird thing because since sex bots is a real thing, that's
Yep.
so in the movie it's like, well, it's a machine.
Yep.
So he's not really cheating. That's the weird thing about it. It's like he's not really cheating, but he is. It's either way. Tori's
I
not going
think
to let
it's the
Marcus have a
act.
robot that look
No.
like Baker Fox.
No. Tori don't even want to see 3PO at her house. Better get that thing out of here. Nope. She don't even want a robot dog. Nope. It literally took forever for her to start using Siri. So yeah.
Yeah, we can't escape AIs in our
Yep.
modern day life.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
they take her, so Alice kind of goes crazy, right? Because they end up taking her to back to the
To the
uh
manufacturer.
yeah, because I forgot what happened, like,
I
because
mean,
that
that was after they had to fight her, right?
yeah, they had to fight her. She was,
Because I thought the movie was over because they fight her.
oh, because the baby, she tries
Yeah,
to drown the
she tries
baby.
to drown the fucking newborn, and then they have to. The mother, uh, with the bad, with the new heart, climbs out the window. She does what the dad should. She come climb out the window onto the roof and got into the other window in the bathroom that she had locked.
Yes,
She
because
kicked it in.
Alice,
I'm like, dang, she
yeah,
just had a heart transplant. Like,
well,
god
she's trying to
damn.
save her baby. That's what they were showing. She's trying to save her kid because Alice is keep pushing the door closed because she's that
Yeah,
strong.
right. With one hand, mind you.
Yeah, with one hand, and so they can't get through. And then Maggie
The dad's
climbs
like
out the
trying
window.
to break the door with like a blunt object or whatever.
Yeah, and but Alice is that strong because she's a robot and she's Snap, and she's trying to kill the baby. She's trying to drown the baby
Because the baby
because
is a burden and getting in the way and causing stress, which is bad for Nick's health.
right. So she figures that getting rid of the baby will
Yeah,
make Nick better in the long run, even
yeah.
though that wouldn't.
Stupid droid.
Yeah, exactly. So Maggie climbs through the window and saves the baby, and I forgot what she does to Alice because they somehow turn Alice off, and that's where I was like, well, that's where the movie should end.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it has another
I
20
literally
minutes.
thought it was done. I thought it was done. I was like, okay, that was all right. That was
Yeah,
all
I was
right.
the same way.
I was like, that was
But
all right.
then, but these people, they watched Megan, and it was like,
And
hey,
but the first time they got rid of Alice was kind of corny though,
oh yeah,
because you remember it was the light he had tried to hit her with the lamp post, and then she grabbed the lamp post, and then the wife was on the floor and she grabbed the plug. It was like, Nick, let go, and she plugged it in and it electrocuted. Why would that have electrocuted her?
because they needed. I don't.
You see what I mean?
Because
Like, what? Where
right,
did
yeah,
the
it's kind of
electrocution? Where did that come from?
right. I
You
don't
know,
know.
maybe was there like water on the floor or something?
Maybe it was water on the floor. Maybe that's what it was.
Maybe
I barely remember.
it wasn't that much water. That
Yeah, it could have been water on the floor from the tub. Um, but yeah, because she gets messed up in the face. Is that from the electrocution? Is her face
she got
her
messed
face is
up
all
from
messed up?
just getting hit in the face with the
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's on the poster. I think is her face all
Yeah, it's her
messed up.
face. Yeah, she's looking over her shoulder.
But yeah, when they stopped her and turned her off, the movie should have ended right
It
there.
should have just been it. I would have been like,
Right. It
okay, that
really
was
should.
all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Mediocre. Yeah, it's fine. But they were like, they was like, we watched Megan, so we're gonna copy Megan
Yep.
straight up.
Yep.
They straight copy Megan because that whole scene where they take Alice to the manufacturer and stuff, and she comes back online and stuff. That's all from Megan.
Megan. Yep.
I was like, come on, y'all.
And not only did she come back online, but she reprogrammed all the other robots.
That's right. Yeah.
Because her programming somehow got uploaded. That shit was dumb as hell.
It
And
was. It
then
was.
there was another Megan, not Megan. There was another
Alice.
Alice robot that was blind. Um,
That she basically transferred
her memory like an Ultron. She pulled an Ultron
right.
and just continued living through that version, but also resurrected the old version with the
Right.
messed
So you
up
had two
face.
of
So
them.
you
So
had two of
yeah,
them for a while.
right. But they eventually, who destroys the original?
Nick, they
Oh,
meet
okay.
up at a bar. She meets him at a bar. He's getting hammered. And then she's like sitting across from him, and somehow he like made a quick move and pulled the thing out of her head,
Oh, okay.
and she basically stopped working.
But then Maggie and the daughter
They're trapped at
face
the
the
hospital.
right because the baby's at the hospital,
Yeah, yeah,
and they have to deal with blonde Alice,
yeah,
and that's a big old scene there. That's why I was like, this movie's still going.
yeah. Blonde Alice was all like kind of Megan-ish. Yeah,
It was. It was not needed at all. That
it wasn't
whole
needed whatsoever. It wasn't.
yeah. So yeah, that whole scene wasn't. But they eventually beat her, and when they beat her, um, all the other robots come back online. Because when they're offline, because I thought at first that they were going to all work together and try to destroy humans, but all they do is stop. They
Yeah,
just
they just
stand there.
stop working. They just
Yeah,
go
they just don't
offline.
move. Yeah, that's all
Yeah,
they do. So that's why I was like, well, this is kind of anticlimactic. This
yeah.
was not needed.
Because the
This is just
husband,
kind of
because basically the wife had to fight the robot again. Um,
right.
Maggie had to fight the robot again. Then right at the last second, when fucking Alice was about to stab her, Nick drives up and hits Alice with his car.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's right after Maggie has the strength to kick the shit out of Alice out of the way, and so she gets hit, and then she goes to the driver's side and pulls Nick out of the car. I'm like, she just had a heart transplant.
It's the adrenaline to save her family. That's why she's getting all these superpowers.
I mean, superhuman. She pulled some superhuman shit in this last act.
She does though, for real. It is kind of odd. Like she falls down the stairs, earlier in the movie, and then now she has Captain America strength.
Right? It's like, did they give her like a robot heart or something?
That's
Like
what
a
they
like
might
a
as well have said that. That would have been interesting. That would make sense actually.
right. And so, yeah, they and then they have to destroy the robot woman. The robot got to pop up one last time, and then they destroy it.
Of course,
Um,
because it's a generic movie. They got to copy
yeah,
every movie
you
and
you
do
got to
that.
kill the bad guy 3 times. I think you kill him the first time, it's like, nah, he ain't dead. You kill him the second time, like, he better be dead. And then there's the one last and then you pow pow pow, and then he's surely dead.
Right, right.
You know. Yep.
And the
So
movie ends.
it just ends right there, right?
Yeah, I think
She's
so.
like, well, no, no, no. There's a scene where she literally says she's in the hospital the next day because dude is in the hospital, Nick in the hospital in the
Oh
bed. And then
yeah,
she
yeah.
rose up in a wheelchair, and she's like, yeah, it turns out this new heart is a lot stronger than I thought. And I'm like, no shit, like, it's a Captain America heart. Um,
Yeah, because I realized that everybody in the family has been in the hospital except for the daughter at that
mm-hmm,
point.
mm-hmm.
All because Nick was an idiot.
Oh, and then the last scene, they show that everything went back online and her programming went up. Didn't it? Didn't
Oh
they try
yeah,
to
yeah.
set it
Because
up like another one could happen?
well, yeah, that's exactly what they did.
And then
Because
they show Alice, and she was all fixed like a whole brand new model.
yeah, I think so. Because they want to make a sequel out of this.
Yeah, yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, yeah. Like no, I'm more excited for the sequel to Megan because I'm that Megan makes more sense. As silly as
There's a
Megan
Megan
was,
sequel coming.
yeah, this year Megan 2.0 comes out
Oh
later
yeah,
this
we're
year.
going to see that. I thoroughly enjoyed Megan. Me and Jason
I
were
did too.
cracking up watching that
I
movie.
did too. Megan was a
It's
good
a
movie where
fun
it could
movie.
be. right.
It's
It
a
was
lot of fun.
right. It's a silly but suspenseful
Cause by the time she called
movie.
that dog,
Dewey,
Dewey,
Dewey.
we cracked up.
I hope Megan 2.0 is just as good as Megan the first
Yeah.
one, but this one is not as good as Megan at all.
Nah, man.
They're trying to
Nah,
be. They're trying. It's like
nah.
because like I said, AI set the template for these type of movies, and I think
Hmm.
Megan set the new template for like the
If
thriller
you're gonna go for this with a
AI
thriller
movies.
tone, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and this movie was trying to do both, and it was stupid. I
Yeah,
had
it was
fun
dumb.
with it, but it was stupid altogether.
I
It was
would
like,
definitely watch it again though.
yeah, that's the
It's
weird thing about
definitely
it.
I
It's
yeah, it's I would give this one a replay for sure.
same.
I wouldn't even give it
I'm
a do over. Don't do it over. I would just watch this one again because it's perfect.
right. Yeah, yeah.
It's perfectly bad.
Right, yeah. That's
It's a
perfect. Yeah,
perfect bad
perfectly
movie.
bad.
Yeah.
Because I like the fact that Nick is stupid.
Nick is so horny.
Because none of
Nick's
this movie would
horniness
not
govern
happen if
his
it wasn't for
decision making.
because Nick's dick is going crazy. I gotta
Right.
fuck something.
Nick's dick is the villain in this movie.
It literally is. It
Because
literally is.
Maggie is the hero with his movie.
Yes, she
Maggie
is.
saved everybody twice.
Yes.
She saved her own family twice.
Nick's dick is the antagonist.
Yep.
If it wasn't for Nick's dick,
Nick is Nick is the protagonist, and Nick's dick is the antagonist. If it wasn't for Nick's dick, this
right,
situation
this whole
wouldn't
movie
have
would not have happened. Oh my goodness! So, favorite character?
Nick's dick. Because without him, this wouldn't have happened.
Oh man!
Oh man, it's funny. Now, my favorite character in this movie is probably Nick, though. Man, Nick's stupid as hell.
All right,
Nick
so
makes the typical decisions.
yes, I'll put it this way: it's hard to say favorite for me because like these characters are just silly, but and of course Nick. I do like Nick because of stupid he was, but I'm gonna go with who's the smartest character and who's the dumbest character. So obviously it
Okay.
said Nick is the dumbest character.
Yeah.
Maggie is the smartest character.
Oh yeah.
So,
Maggie,
so I would kind of
Maggie
say
is
Maggie
definitely
would be the
smartest
favorite character.
Yeah.
Because she's the only one in the movie that makes sense and she literally saves the day.
Yep. Twice.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Maggie wins. Maggie wins this movie.
Yeah.
And the little girl, Isla was number 2 responsible in this movie. She was very responsible.
Yeah, because she's the one that told them about, the baby.
That the baby, I was like, yo, what? Hey, come upstairs. Something's going on. And she handled herself very well during the hospital chase.
Yeah.
So. Yep.
But Nick, boy.
Yeah, Nick, fuck
If Nick got killed in this movie, I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, I would have been like, Nick. Nick would have brought that on himself. Yeah.
Right. What an idiot. Oh, man. So I got my final thought after we say what we let's tell people where to follow you at.
Follow me at 7:30 on all the social media platforms. Spelt with the number 7. And all the music streaming platforms. You can find me by that name too. 7:30.
And you can find me as Prop Josh on TikTok. And went on YouTube and Prop Josh _productions on Instagram. So final thoughts.
What you got?
I was gonna say if your wife is in a hospital, even if she's in a coma, no matter what, if she's your wife is still there, don't buy a fucking robot that looks just like Megan Fox. Or any robot that looks like any beautiful woman.
Don't fuck that robot.
Well, if you're not gonna fuck the robot, don't buy it, because everybody knows
you're gonna
well,
fuck it if you
right.
buy it.
Come on, if you're gonna buy it,
you spend that money on it, you're gonna damn well get your money's worth. And
if I went to the store and they said we got a robot on sale and it looks just like Sydney Sweeney, and they said all she's programmed to do is cook and clean, and that is it, I will be like, want to bet?